All right, 7 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started with the council meeting for November 18th. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of reflection.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I did it backwards. I'd like to mix it up a little bit, so I did the moment of reflection second, so we'll do that now. All right, thank you. No more mistakes. All right, Council, you've had an opportunity to review the council budget workshop meeting minutes of October 21st, along with the council study session minutes of October 21st, the council meeting minutes of October 21st, and the council study session minutes of November 4th. Are there any comments or corrections? All right, being none, they stand approved. We have no communications, petitions, or awards, but we do have two introductions this evening, and at this time I'll turn it over to our city manager, Mr. Sweeterman.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do have, as you said, two introductions today. And first, we'll start with the introduction of Sara Moyer. So, Sara, if you could please stand. We'd like to welcome Sara to our team. She joined our Parks and Recreation team on October the 23rd. She will be responsible for programs and special events, and she brings a wealth of experience to us. She is a graduate of Ohio State University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Health and Rehabilitation Services, and she had served as a recreation manager for youth enrichment at the Washington Township Recplex. Outside of work, Sara serves as a youth soccer coach for the Ohio Galaxy Soccer Club, and she currently resides in Kettering, Ohio. Sara, welcome to Vandalia. We'd also like to introduce a employee who has some tenure with the city of Vandalia, but recently joined us with a new position. So Deborah, if you could please stand. Deborah joined the Vandalia Police Division in 2012 as a public safety specialist. She has prior experience as a dispatcher in Hollywood, Florida, as well as Hamilton County, Ohio Communications Center. During her tenure with the Vandalia Police Department, she has served as a civilian training officer and has had several supplemental duties in the records section. She graduated from Ohio State University with a Bachelor of Arts in Criminology degree and completed her Master's of Public Administration in 2018. She was selected and promoted to the Support Services Manager position on November 1st, where she will oversee and supervise the Communications Center and the Records section. She has completed her Emergency Medical Dispatching Instructor certification and is currently studying to become the EMD Manager. Deborah has been a great asset to the Police Department and the City of Vandalia and will continue to serve in her new role as a Support Services Manager. Deborah and her son reside in Englewood, Ohio. We congratulate her on her most recent promotion.
All right, we have no public hearing, and that brings us to comments from interested citizens. So if someone would like to make a comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record. In accordance with Ordinance 8401, time limitation on speaking, no person shall be able to speak longer than 5 minutes on the same matter until every member desiring to speak has had an opportunity to do so also. Anyone wishing to make a comment shall wait for recognition from me before beginning to speak, and all comments need to be addressed to me. This is an opportunity for you to make statements. It's not a time or place for question and answer or debate or dialogue. Comments that amount to a personal attacks of any kind will not be permitted. Only the speaker recognized to speak shall have the floor, so please be respectful and refrain from talking amongst yourselves while someone else is speaking. So if anyone would like to make a comment, please come to the podium. All right, being none, we'll move on to the city manager's report. Mr. Sweeterman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a couple of quick items this evening. First, just to remind everyone that the city offices will be closed on Thursday, November 28th and Friday, the 29th for the Thanksgiving holiday. Our recreation center will be open on Thanksgiving Day from 7 a.m. until noon for the fitness area, gym, and track. The rec center will resume regular hours and schedule on Friday, the 29th. The Christmas tree lighting and holiday market will take place on Sunday, December the 8th. Gives you an opportunity to step into a winter wonderland as we illuminate the night with the magic of twinkling lights and holiday cheer for the Vandalia tree lighting ceremony and holiday market. The holiday market will run from 4 p.m. to 7:30 in the Rec Center Gymnasium, where you'll be able to get a head start on your holiday shopping from various vendors. The tree lighting will start promptly at 6 p.m. We'd like everybody to join us for refreshment, music, activities, and a chance to tell Santa Claus your Christmas wish. That's all I have for you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we have no action items, nor do we have any old business, and that brings us to our first resolution of this evening, that being Resolution 24-R-64. Mr. McDonald, by title only.
A resolution authorizing the city manager and/or his designee to enter into a 5-year agreement with Ornet for VMware licensing.
Thank you. Mr. Sweeterman?
Thank you, Your Honor. The IT Department is requesting approval of a 5-year purchase agreement with Ornet for our VMware subscription licensing. VMware was recently acquired by Broadcom, which has shifted from a perpetual license to a subscription model. This has resulted in an increase in cost, although because the new agreement is more than double our previous contract. However, Ornet's subscription rates remain the most cost-effective option. The total cost for the 5-year agreement is $91,213. The year one payment will cover July 31st, 24 through July 30th, 2025. We are requesting that City Council waive formal bidding and approve a 5-year purchase agreement with Ornet for VMware subscription licensing at a total cost of $91,213. We will also be requesting a supplemental budget appropriation later in tonight's agenda for $8,104.
All right,
Be
thank
happy
you.
to answer any questions.
All right. Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 24-R-64 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Forrest and a second by Councilwoman Dugan to approve Resolution 24-R-64 as presented. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Dugan,
Yes.
Councilmember Follak,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Avalotis Weaver,
yes,
Vice Mayor Blexley,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have one ordinance in its first reading, that being Ordinance 24-24.
An ordinance to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Vandalia, Ohio during the calendar year ending December 31, 2025, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Sweeterman?
Thank you, Your Honor. This ordinance in first reading in an emergency fashion. It is our intent that we'll move forward to a second reading for adoption in your first meeting in December. This is the 2025 budget for the city of Vandalia. I will not go through any great details, as we have been through those a number of times in our workshops and at the last study session. I just want to take the opportunity to thank staff for all their hard work in preparing the information for your review and for your hard work in reviewing that information. And with tonight, we will start the process for the adoption of the 2025 budget.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move to approve ordinance 24-24 in the first reading.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Follak and a second by Vice Mayor Blakeslee to approve Ordinance 24-24 in its first reading. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Follak,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Avalotis Weaver,
yes,
Councilmember Dugan,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Blakeslee,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have no ordinances in the second reading. However, we do have one ordinance as an emergency, and that being Ordinance 24-23.
An ordinance to revise appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Vandalia, Montgomery County, Ohio, during the calendar year ending December 31, 2024, and amending ordinance 23-28 and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Sweeterman?
Thank you, Your Honor. This ordinance will be for supplemental appropriation for 2024. The items of appropriation were included in your packet and were discussed at your previous study session 2 weeks ago. There have not been any changes since that discussion. Be happy to answer any questions.
All right. And since this is a emergency ordinance, I'll open a public hearing. So if anyone would like to comment on this ordinance, please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record and any comment. Being none, I'll close the public hearing. Can I have a motion?
I move to pass ordinance 24-23 to revise appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Vandalia.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Dugan and a second by Vice Mayor Blakesley to approve ordinance 24-23 as an emergency. Are there any comments or questions from council? Call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Avalotis Weaver,
Yes.
Councilmember Dugan,
Yes.
Councilmember Pollak,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Blakesley,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. And that brings us to reports from boards and commissions, where we've got the Records Commission meeting minutes of April 29th, the Civil Service meeting minutes of September 12th, the Planning Commission meeting minutes of September 24th, and the Board of Zoning Appeals minutes of September 25th. Are there any comments or questions regarding those? All right, they stand approved. We'll move on to the October 2024 bill listing in the amount of $3,766,684.20, along with all the monthly expenses over $25,000 and the monthly purchase card detail in the amount of $23,836.01. And that brings us to council comments, and we'll begin this evening with Mr. McDonald.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sweeterman.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Councilmember Dugan.
I want to welcome Sara and Deborah, even though they're not here anymore.
Didn't take long. All right, Councilman Pollak.
Yes, just I wanted to congratulate, since I missed the last meeting, Anissa Kanzara on her recent retirement from the police division. She retired after 34 years of public safety experience, last 6 with Vandalia, so wish her the best in her retirement years. Also, a word of congratulations to former Councilmember Connie Woods. She was appointed as a member of the Board of Trustees for the Montgomery County Board of Adamus. So she is now a board member for the Adamus organization, so congratulations to her. And I had the opportunity last week to return a phone call to Eddie Hunt and Jason Friedman of Addison Properties. And I just wanted to take a minute, and I would encourage my council colleagues to, if you haven't had an opportunity to speak with either of the gentlemen, to do so. They're merely looking at, as they continue to redevelop or reevaluate their development proposal for our consideration, looking for insight or concerns that council may have on the potential residential development on Brown School. So it was a very useful conversation, and I'm glad they reached out, and I would encourage everyone to do so if you have the opportunity. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Fairst.
First of all, I'd like to excuse Councilman Lewis from all meetings this evening.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion by Councilwoman Fairst and a second by Vice Mayor Blakesley to excuse Councilmember Lewis from all of this evening's meetings. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I'd like to take this opportunity, we did some hours. The least for council, probably compared to the amount of hours that staff put in for the budget, went very smoothly, and thank everyone for that participation. Thank you for your presentation, so. And that's all, thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Avalotis Weaver.
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you to Parks and Rec and to the fire department. We had a great time at the pumpkin smash. They smashed a over 120-pound pumpkin from up top, and that was a great opportunity to see. It was really fun, and the kids really loved that. And also, we have some really fun events coming up that I would encourage anybody to check out on the website for the Parks and Rec. There's a lot of different things. They have a really full schedule, so please check that out. And also, we will miss our departing staff members, and excited to see our new ones moving up. And that is it.
All right, Vice Mayor Blakesley.
Happy Thanksgiving. That's all I have tonight.
All right. And that's what I was going to say also, is happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Glad everybody could come out tonight. And I have no further comments. It's recommended that council enter into executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, and compensation of a public employee and to consider the purchase of real property. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Blakesley and a second by Councilman Follett. Call the roll.
Councilmember Dugan,
Yes.
Councilmember Follak,
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst,
Yes.
Councilmember Avalotis Weaver,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Blakesley,
Yes.
Mayor Herbst.
Yes, the motion passes 6-0.